Hey guys, it's your girl Nikki PinkkGoddess. So listen, I just wanted to come today to talk about 4 things that 2020 has taught us, right? Because we all know that 2020 was a very trying year. And so I just kind of wanted to touch bases on the four things that 2020 taught us, which has us, we are now in 2021. We're still at the beginning of 2021 in the first quarter. And you have the opportunity to really make some decisions about changing your and your family's financial future. And so I just kind of wanted to touch bases on a few things that 2020 taught us so that we can kind of just go over and see, why having more stability with your family's financial future is very important, right? So with that being said, let us go ahead and advance to the first slide. So one thing that 2020 taught us was that you have to be more intentional, right? Meaning that you have to, really set goals, work harder at achieving those goals because we never know what can happen. And I say that meaning, in 2020, when the crisis hit us, we all could have never imagined that we would have to be secluded into our homes and, being able to go to the grocery store to get groceries would be considered a luxury, right? And so, there's a lot of people that move throughout their life without intentions. They don't set their goals, they're moving lackadaisical. They move as if everything is going to always be okay. And 2020 taught us more than ever that is not always going to be the case, that anything can happen that can literally shake up the entire world, which is something that most of us have never ever seen before. The second thing, right? Relationship building had to get better for a lot of people because the way we communicated with people, and even still right now, is limited. You really aren't supposed to be out socializing, just going along like nothing is going on. You can't really do large gatherings. So that means that you have to kind of work on your relationship building as far as, making sure that communication is the key, right? Because a lot of times, we don't necessarily really understand how important relationship building is. And a part of relationship building is the communication. So we definitely had to practice more effective communication in 2020 more than ever. And also that's going to lead us to the third slide that I have here. Writing and talking literally has had to become the superpower for so many people because, we're not able to see each other in person, like Zooms, being able to visit with people via the video on the phone, right? FaceTime. I know Facebook, a lot of people that don't have iPhones, they use the Facebook feature to FaceTime and be able to see someone on the screen, and then as far as like Zooms, talking on the telephone because you can't see each other in person. And sometimes when you're writing and when you're talking, your tone has to be perfected because it's very easy to come across, not meaning something that you don't mean. Someone may read something or hear your voice and be like, you sound this way or this read this way. And that's not how you meant it. So that definitely had to become a superpower for us because we have to really think about what we're saying, think about what we're writing, and making sure that we're doing a better job of communicating that to others. Fourth, alone time had to be enjoyed. Oh my goodness. Like, I think probably this is one of the biggest things that most people had a very difficult time with is the, alone time that you had to spend. Just like, my son, he is a ninth grader, and I feel really bad that he hasn't been able to really experience the freshman year like he should. It's been at home on virtual school. And the one thing that I ask him, right now, as he's still on virtual school, what do you miss about school? And he was like, I miss the interaction. Yeah, it's cool to be home and, working from home on my computer and being able to juggle my own schedule. And when I have things due or whatever, he was like, but I really wish that I could interact more with my friends in person. And so, there's a lot of people that are not able to accept the amount of alone time that they have had to have. And, it's some people that really was busy all the time, on the go all the time, and they literally had to sit back and figure out how to enjoy alone time. So these are the biggest things that we have had to deal with here in last year in 2020. And so that brings me to say, I am looking to connect with some people that's looking to become their own boss, right? So that, if anything, were to happen, again, or even there's people right now who are still not able to recoup from everything that they lost in 2020 financially, time-wise, just many different things. 2020 may have set back a lot of people. And so if you are somebody that is looking to create more financial freedom for you and your families, and I'm not saying anything as far as, if you're working a job, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to quit your job, but it is always good to have some extra income on the side. So if an emergency comes up, it does not disrupt your family. And by that, I mean, if you don't have the money to pay an extra $1,000 or extra $2,000, there's a lot of people that lost their jobs last year. And there were people that were misplaced from their job for months at a time. And I know some people that actually became homeless because they really were not prepared financially for what happened. So with that being said, if you're somebody that's watching this right now and you know that you don't quite have 5,000, 10,000 or whatever in the bank, and you're looking for a way to, create some extra income so that if anything were to ever happen, or whatever the case may be, you may have a lot of debt. There's numerous reasons why people decide to venture to become their own boss. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to quit your job, but at least you're able to create an income to where if something were to ever happen, that you are going to be in control and you will be able to be your own boss if you had to do that, right? So with that being said, I think I'm under 10 minutes. That was my goal, just to kind of touch bases on 4 things that 2020 taught us, and just to kind of, connect with those of you that are looking to add some extra income to your bank accounts, because maybe you have a house you're looking to pay off early. You may want a new car. You may have a ton of debt, student debt, credit card debt, whatever kind of debt. You may have a need for some extra income because you're working a second job, or you have a family member that is experiencing a loss and you may want to be able to kind of help them out a little bit. There can be numerous reasons why you're looking to create income. And if that is you, I want to invite you to join us 247.com, right? That is the site, join us 247.com. That's going to give you access to the free Facebook group that I have put together, where I will be sharing with you exactly the strategies that I'm using, that I'm teaching everyone that connects with myself to create income from home. And like I said, it doesn't mean that you're quitting your job, but at least if you can create an extra $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 to be able to make things a little bit easier on you if anything happened, that would be the goal, right? So with that being said, I want to invite you to come to the site, join us 247.com. I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group. And please, 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 when it asks you, how did you hear about us? Please say YouTube video so that I can kind of know exactly where, people are coming from. So with that being said, I want to thank you for taking time to listen to this, to watch this, and I look forward to connecting with you. And don't forget to subscribe here on my YouTube channel, please, so that you can get notified every time I put out a video. It's your girl, Nikki PinkkGoddess, signing out. I want to thank you for taking time to listen, and I look forward to seeing you in a Facebook group. And thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel in advance.